Hey, what's up guys? Welcome to Spider Cafe, place for creepy crawly talk and micro photography. And today we're gonna be going through a few things. I decided that we're gonna show you basically the good, the bad and the ugly. So we have a little bit of a sad announcement to show. Then we're gonna follow my wife, who's gonna be doing enclosure maintenance for the very first time. And she tried sometimes feeding the spiders, she tried misting the spiders, but she's never done the whole collection. So today we're gonna follow her. It's gonna be basically for those of you who are just getting started to kind of like see how it goes when you first have to take care of spiders. And I also got a new diffuser, a K diffuser. So far I'm very pleased. To those of you who follow me on Instagram, you maybe already saw first picture. It was just testing it out, really. I was just messing with the settings, but I already know I'm very, very satisfied. This panel, I'll give you a little review after this. Alright, so we have a little bit of a sad announcement. Some of you maybe remember I got 5 huntsmen just 3 weeks ago, and 3 of them molted. One successfully, my Bowie, she molted first, Heteropoda David Bowie. Then a day or 2 days later, my Heteropoda Bowie started molted, and I was feeling confident that everything's going well because they ate well, everything was well. I felt like I got the right enclosures for them, but unfortunately the male got stuck in a molt and the female had to chew 2 of her legs off. I was really sad. Some people say that spiders don't need humidity that they get for the molting, humidity internally. I kind of agree and disagree with that. I kind of feel like some of the tropical species need the humidity for them in order to be able to get out of the molt. And this only convinced me more because I kind of screwed up when I put them in one of these enclosures in Exoterra. I felt confident that they're gonna do well in those, even though the mesh lids, they let all the humidity out. But because of my Bowies, Heteropoda David Bowie, those are doing great. I had a feeling that just having a water dish there and misting them daily is gonna be just enough, and I was hoping that live plants will provide some of the humidity too. So I was wrong. So I was really bummed out. I'm gonna show you guys some footage.
This poor girl had a bad molt. 2 of her legs are stuck and she's trying to chew through. A few hours later, it looks like she actually chewed her legs off. Yes. She only has 6 legs now, but she made it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure at this point the boy is passed. The boy didn't make it. So, this is the male, and here's the female molt. Basically, this is the molt, and this is the 2 legs that she chewed off. So both front legs. Pretty brutal. So I have a female, she ate yesterday, fed her 2 blue bottle flies. I'm gonna show you how I'm gonna solve this problem with these enclosures, because this is something that you may have to deal with as well, and there is an easier way than just removing the whole mesh lid. But back to the female, she ate, so she's missing 2 front legs on one side, so she's still capable of catching prey on her own, which is fantastic, so we don't have to like tongue feed her or anything like that. So I am hoping that she's gonna molt again, even though she may be already mature, but I'm hoping that because of her injuries she's gonna molt one more time and she's gonna fully recover. So that's what I'm hoping for. And then my dream is to find a male. So if any of you guys watch this video and you have a male of Heteropoda Bowie, I would love to do a trade, because I would really love to, make up for my mistake. And this would definitely make me feel better, and I would feel like I at least made up a little bit for it, So that's it. So let me show you the plans for the enclosures now. These mesh lids, like I said, they let a lot of humidity out because they just on the top and everything gets out. Some people would just remove the mesh lids, and I did that too, and they would just attach like a plastic to it and drill some holes through it. And of course that's definitely a good way to do it, but it's for somebody like me who's not very into this type of work. I found a little bit easier way, and I found it by I just put actually the plastics on the top of my enclosures. I could see that the humidity would get up to like 94%. Or even 199% actually at the end of the day. So it fluctuates somewhere between 80 and 90%. You can also adjust the humidity by actually sliding them up and down. So you just let some humidity out, you decide how much you're gonna let out. So I decided that instead of just removing the plastic and completely destroying basically the enclosure, because maybe once your spider passes, maybe you want to use this enclosure for something else. Basically take one of these sleeves and just use a clear tape and just tape them to the top.
and we're gonna test it out and we're gonna see how humid that enclosure will get. Alright, so let's make the lid real quick. Totally control how much humidity by measuring it. So I don't really want any of the tape on the inside of the enclosure, just in case. Okay, that's it. Super simple, right? So I actually have 3 of these or 4 of these enclosures, and I'm doing it for all of them, and I realized I don't even need to tape. If the sleeve is long enough, you can basically just fold it in here and just put it in the enclosure like that, and even less work. So another tip. So let's make this one, and this is gonna be for our Heteropoda David Bowie. So you see this one is long enough, and you're still gonna be able to close this. So, boom, no problem. Look at this, perfect. Saving money, saving you guys money. Some budget tips. Cool. So now that we have this ready, we're gonna pop this in, and before the end of the video, we're guys gonna show you what is the humidity in there. Okay guys, so I got my hands on new diffuser. To those of you who don't know much about macro photography, this could be the most important part of your setup. Not the most expensive one, even though they can get pretty expensive. It is the most important one. And this is basically sitting on top of my flash. This distributes evenly all the light from the flash over the subject. So you have a evenly distributed light, and you don't have hot spots or anything that you would get if you just would use flash alone. So it's really important. It completely changed my photography. When I got my first diffuser was MK diffuser from Marcus Kahn, also fantastic piece of equipment. And I decided to switch it up a little bit as I'm learning more. So I got my hands on AK diffuser, and this guy's name is Amir and Kamir, and I found them on Instagram. You can find them there, or you can find them on Facebook. First of all, amazing communication. Amir was just fantastic. Really quick replies. It was really easy to assemble too, because they had a little scan code that I would just scan and it would take me directly to YouTube with the video. It's very well built, it's very sturdy. On the inside, usually you have some sort of a reflective material, kind of like almost like a mirror or metallic. And this one has white material, and from what I heard and from what I've seen, it does really well. It's a little different. Another thing is this panel is a lot thinner than on other diffusers, which I really like, because now I'm getting a lot more features, a lot more details, because I can lower my flash. So that's amazing, less flash, more details. How can you go wrong with that? Your battery doesn't need to recharge as fast. Unfortunately, my MK came with broken light. This one didn't. So on the top you have a little power bank, and you can attach this light to it. And basically, this is not a light that you need for photography. This is a light that you need if you go out at night, or if you go out and the conditions are not as great, it's cloudy or anything. So you can basically just turn on your light, and you get a little focus light right in front of your subject, so you can see what you're doing, basically. So this is my super quick review of this AK diffuser. You guys gonna see, if you follow me on Instagram, you're gonna see a lot more pictures coming up from this. I still have a bunch of old pictures, so as I'm gonna be shooting, I'll be adding more pictures with this. But so far, I'm very pleased. Amazing communication, amazing piece of equipment. Also really like it has a little attachment to the lens, because normally this is flopping up and down a lot of times, and if it gets windy, you can almost feel like it's gonna damage either your flash or it's gonna damage your diffuser or something, because when it gets windy, this is pretty big. So yeah, this is my review of AK diffuser.
Hey guys, I'm Jen. This is my first time on the camera, and I'm going to be taking care of the collection today, so let's get started.
So we identify where the spider is hiding. We don't want to spray on her. You have to unlock the enclosure. One thing, when we spray, we're trying to spray away from spiders. For one, we just don't want to spray them. And for two, sometimes they can confuse it, and they can think that those droplets, especially the huntsmen, they're very reactive. They can think it's a prey. And I already had one of them running out. Didn't fully run out, but And it's not just the huntsman, actually tarantulas think the same. A couple of bowies in here. So basically, let's leave this girl alone, because we're actually gonna rehouse her. But here we have our Heteropoda luluma, which is another huntsman that's kinda
one of my prized collection because I got it as a henchling and it's still growing, and apparently they also die very often as a slings. So basically, Jennifer, if you would just tilt the lid like this with one hand and stick the nozzle of the spray in there and just spray around a little bit. Here we spray in our cat eye mantis. Just a little bit of water. And here's a couple of other mantids that we're gonna spray. And sometimes when I have some spiders, like let's say here we have our Caribena versicolor, she's a heavy pre-mold. If I'm trying to still refill her either water dish that's at the bottom, or if I'm just trying to add some humidity and mist her enclosure, I just go and do it through the mesh right here. I would grab it with one hand and do it with the other. She doesn't need to, she has a full water dish right here. We have it actually on the top. The substrate is still really humid, so we won't even bother this girl, she's doing fine. Again, humid substrate, we're just gonna add some water later. And last two are a couple of our little mantids. Here we have our Pantherina. This girl can eat. And here we have another tiny one, so Jennifer's gonna spray those. And we are done with that. We're just gonna do water dishes. These enclosures are less than perfect. I'm really not a big fan of these, and sometimes I don't even open it if she's sitting on the opening lid, because it's just, she would get under and I would close it, I could actually kill her. Not a big fan of these.
This system?
Yeah, still locked. That's fine right now, I think. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, like I said, not a big fan of these enclosures. If you guys don't have to, don't get these. I'm not gonna tell you who sells them. But so we have a little huntsman sitting here on a leaf, and we're just gonna spray here in the back. These guys love humidity, and apparently the boy do too. Last ones we're gonna mist our little tarantulas. And yeah, you see Jennifer refilled the water dish as well. We're gonna do water dishes, so let's just make visually, let's check out who needs water. And we know already, we already identify our zebra, she's a mess. So we're gonna change her water dish. Let's see what's going on down here. We can probably use tongs and take out some of the stuff from the GBB's water dish. They don't need much water, but still. So let's not bore you with us looking at water dishes, let's just clean them. So Jennifer's pulling out our GBB, Chromatopelma cyanopubescent. Okay, so you can open it up, the water dish is here, and I would just use tweezers, tongs to take out whatever the debris is in there. And that's it, it looks like there's just, I don't know, a little leaf or something. This spider is very sweet and very patient. You can really see him in there. He's under the webbing. But those of you guys follow us on Instagram, you guys know Kenny. Kenny.
Kenny, the GBB. I wonder if he was like, oh, we need to moisturize. Keep it moist, my old exoskeleton.
Maybe.
I think there's one more leg in there.
Alright, let's get it out. Refill his water dish, and then we're gonna have to clean zebras.
It's like operation.
Yeah. You're a doctor. Who's the messy one?
You couldn't even see the water there. That was good.
I was telling her, I don't even need to give you any tutorials on how to do things. You already know it. You're just watching me all the time, and she does. Look at her, professional, getting things done. This lid is pain. Great. There's Zebra. She is.
She really messed up her.
Who knows where this girl is? Like, look at this, guys. This used to be. I built this enclosure nicely for her. There's so many holes now. And everything is just.
Yeah.
At one point there was no holes. There was almost nothing. She was just chilling on the top for a while. I was pretty happy about it, but now we're back. All right, so.
We're just gonna put it here.
Yep. So we're not using our hands because these spiders have urticating hairs, and
It's not very pleasant when you get those hairs stuck in your fingers. It can create rashes and some other problems. So, you know, these spiders keep those hair around the area where they molt usually, and sometimes in their enclosure to prevent intruders from getting in. Alright, so now we're just gonna take and wash this water dish. We're gonna put it back in. Okay, nice and clean water dish for this messy girl. Even though, as you guys see, these guys I already am keeping them pretty damp as it is, because some of you may know this is also my office, so I can really keep an eye on everything that's going on here. And this way you don't actually have to worry about interacting with your animal if that's your concern. And I try to kind of keep the needle a little bit high up in case the tarantula thinks it's a meal. I don't want her to bite into the needle by accident. And we're overflowing the water dish, basically. This is what's happening. We overflowed it a little bit. This species doesn't need it very humid, but you know, a little bit won't hurt. And Jennifer is gonna be feeding with blue butterflies right now, and this is the way I deal with it. If you guys have a better system, I'm always open for suggestions and improvements, but this is how we deal with it. We basically let a bunch of them in a butterfly net, and then we tie up the tub and we just remove them one after another. This is the boring part usually, don't show on a video. This is your goal basically, you want them to get as high up. Once they're all up, yeah, there you go, tighten it up. So let's just give it to Professor Arcadi Mantis. Very good. 30 more to go. When I feed in these enclosures, what I do, I usually either put the fly under here, so basically I just lift it up right here and put the fly in there, or there is a little lock hole here that some of the smaller flies you can squeeze through there. But today for the blue bottle, I'm gonna help Jennifer right now and just lift it up for her, and she can just pop it in there. Let me know when it's in.
Okay, it's in.
Boom. So done.
Just notice. She's really going, bro.
We're gonna have a first feeding here. Ah, missed. She's an active hunter, as you guys can see, even though there's the water. Good job, let's see if we can. Ah,
oh,
too late.
She got it.
She got it. This girl's always hungry. Feed are small tarantulas. These enclosures, guys, are pretty hard to open and hard to deal with, especially because you have a small spider in there. So I usually pre-open them, like you can see right here. It's already tilted up. So then I just use my hand and hold it in the bags because it's really easy to slide off. And then I use my other hand and feed the fly in. So Jennifer. And obviously the same feeding, same goes for other spiders. I'm gonna feed this beautiful boy. Let's see if you can actually take a look at him. This is the boy, guys. I'm trying to raise the other two females for him because the adult female we have, she's his sex-mate. So I'm feeding him basically to maintain him. I'm trying not to get him too fat. Yeah, I'm trying to extend his life as much as possible. So Jennifer's grabbing some crickets for a couple of our huntsmen. We don't keep crickets, but you know, I always have them in a decent enclosure and give them food and everything. I do with the flies because they just feeders, but you know, they still, I was gonna say they're still human beings. They're not human beings, but you know, they're living beings. We go into our new enclosure with Heteropoda David Bowie. And then to the next one.
Throw her down here, right?
Yeah, toss it like down, like towards the cork bark. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, and now let's grab one more cricket.
That's for our mature female heteropoda David Bowie. She's up there. You can probably actually see her. Oh yeah, okay, let's go. Yeah. Really be careful with your fingers. Like you don't want to get bitten by one of these guys. Crickets is not easy. Who's gonna be faster, Jen or the cricket? Jen versus cricket.
Jen wins.
Just pop it like somewhere here.
Oh wow, he's so quick.
He just guys molted too. If you follow me on Instagram, you'll probably get to see him every time he molts because I absolutely adore this tarantula. And if you can only have one tarantula, guys, get this guy.
This is it.
Not the super docile, not something I would try to handle, as you know, like we don't handle any tarantulas unless they like climb on us and stuff. But look how pretty he is. Look at the denim on him. And he's always out. We almost never see him hiding. That was kind of rare that he was under the webbing today. Otherwise he's almost always out. And he changes with every molt until basically they get like, I don't know, subadults, you know, and then basically their body is orange and everything else is blue, kind of like here, but they lose the black stripes. So, like I said, absolutely adorable species.
So cool.
His second meal after molt. He got some dubia roaches last time. And again, fantastic feeding response these guys have, as you saw. While Jennifer is working with the spiders, I'm checking on this enclosure, 96% humidity. You're still getting ventilation, just a small improvement. So I'm pretty happy about this. We're moving on with the feeding, and now we're gonna be feeding dubia roaches. And we're gonna be feeding mainly tarantulas. Jennifer's just gonna refill, I know. Look at this girl.
Coco's already coming out.
Coco's ready for her meal. This girl is so curious. I absolutely adore Eresus spiders, guys. They do spend a lot of times in her burrow, basically most of their life in their little nest. But she comes out, and at the end of the day, she's always lying on a tub and just like hanging out there. It's so adorable. Let's see if you can get her, spark her little interest. There it is.
There it is.
There it is. That's a perfect size dubia for her too. She's pretty well fed at this point. And if you guys watch some of our older videos, she's getting a lot more accustomed to us too. If she would feel the brush, she would immediately retreat. But this time she felt the brush because I felt her, and she just grabbed the dubia and retreated, which is a better outcome. Let's see if I can get more light on here and borrow. But yeah. Alright, let's keep moving. And you guys tell me in the comments if I'm lucky or what. I have a beautiful wife, and she's not afraid of dealing with flies, spiders, and now look at our collection of cockroaches.
I was like, where is everybody?
Where is everybody? So
So
you
here's
grab one
Mel.
with wings. So the guys with wings are the males, and unfortunately, as it goes in a nature kingdom, we don't have use for too many of them.
Okay.
That one? Okay, awesome. We go in here. So, and just you can put him just down here. Perfect. We probably won't see Hunt here because this girl comes out more and more now. I think she likes this dark spot, but we still don't see her very often. And we have a small vacation coming up, and once we come back from the vacation, I'm gonna redo her enclosure, and we'll probably make a video then about care for Diplocatl albipolosum. And you guys tell me, is it easier curly hair or Diplocatl albipolosum? I'm just joking. The scientific names are super important. Nice, professional.
No, I don't really like the feeling of their feet.
Yeah, so basically what you wanna do, you wanna put it to her side or to her back. Oh, well, that's okay. Let's not worry about it anymore. Like I said, this girl is hungry. I don't know if you guys are aware of it, but the spiders change from molt to molt sometimes, their personalities. And this girl was so chilled for 2 molts. Like seriously, the most mellow and most docile female. And then after this molt, she became vicious. She kicks hairs at us. She's just like completely changed her personality. She's way more aggressive at hunting, way better response. So we kind of, even though she doesn't probably need food, we're going on vacation and she's not going to be fed for like 2 or 3 weeks. So basically, you know, we're just fattening them up. 2 weeks it's going to be, not 3 weeks. So don't panic, guys. Oh, but I usually just do this. Does it like right now. There you go.
Oh, she got it. Something's happening. Yeah, but she's like out there in her thing.
Yeah, he's gonna come out with it.
Yeah, he is coming.
These are big Aponopelma Calcodes male. Really cute guys, really underrated tarantula. We absolutely adore this boy. And if you don't feed them very often, we feed him every 2 weeks, you're gonna have a really good feeding response, how you saw right now, and how you maybe saw in some of our older videos. I was feeding him with moths and stuff like that. But really, in my opinion, underrated tarantula, native to United States, Arizona. A lot of fun. Really cool spider. Alright, so we got another feeding done, and we are finishing up. Check this out. This is the type of humidity that we want. Alright guys, we are safely in Croatia. I hope you enjoy our video. So far our spiders are doing great. We just heard from our friend Roy and everybody's doing well. One of our little spiders actually molted, so I got a little awesome update. So I'm very happy about this. Our trip has been amazing. We're gonna try to make 1 or 2 videos about it. And we go out basically whenever we are not jet lag and whenever we're not spending some quality time with our family or just, you know, relaxing.
If you like this video, hit that like button. If this is content that interests you, hit that subscription button and notification bell.